Hey everybody, Z Garcia here, and welcome back to Best of the Month, where a few of us are going to tell you about the best new to us game that we played over the previous month, and why we liked it so much. What about it really charmed us? So I'm going to kick it off with my pick for the Best of the Month, and this is a game called Menara. This is a dexterity game. Kind of looks like some older games I played back in the day. I'm thinking here games like Villa Paletti, an old award-winning game, in which you are stacking things up. But this game has a couple of different twists on top of that I was not expecting from just looking at the cover. For one thing, it's a cooperative game. So everyone's working together on this bizarre structure. And it is bizarre. That's the other thing. The platforms you are laying out to build out this structure have some truly bizarre shapes. And you are going to be adding pillars, putting these platforms on as best as you can, sometimes very precariously, adding new pillars on top of that and just building this thing up. You're trying to get to a specific height by the end of the game, by the time you've run out the floors, or you've run out the goals that you are trying to complete, or the bag of pillars. And there's a lot of tension. It's very fun. It's very colorful and attractive. I just really enjoyed this one. So that is Menara.
Hi, this is Amby from Board Game Blitz, and my favorite new to me game was The Mind. The Mind is a cooperative card game where you're trying to play cards in order, but you can't communicate with each other than by just looking at people and by the timing of when you play the cards. So it's really hard. I haven't been able to beat it yet because you go through a bunch of rounds and each round you get more cards, but I've had a lot of fun playing it. It's not currently published in the US, but Pandasaurus Games is going to be bringing it over sometime this year, and that's The Mind.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Best of the Month. As per usual, I have two choices. One old one and one new one. My old choice comes from a game that I have loved for a long time, as long as I can remember, ever since it came out way back in the early 2000s. And that is this right here. Memoir 44, the Calcan Goal expansion. For this comes with a couple of battle maps for breakthrough and a whole bunch of new little pieces and like 6 or 7 different scenarios that you can play. It's a battle between the Soviets and Mongolian troops against the Japanese. Been really enjoying this so far. I'm doing it me versus the internet live, and I've only done one battle so far, but I love it. And then my favorite new game of the month, Best of the Month, is this one right here, Roar, King of the Pride. Also did a live play of this, also did a review of this, and my family really enjoyed it as well. So it's been a great month. Check these two things out. See you on the flip side.
Hey everybody, Jay Peak from Peak Your Interest, and my best game of this month is definitely the Unlock series. Now, me and my wife started playing these on March 3rd, and by March 16th, we had played through every single one of them, all 6. And we can't wait for the next round of them to come out. They're all awesome. You're trying to find the hidden treasure or escape an island, and they're all unique and they have their storylines to them. Some awesome puzzles. Now, we started with Nautilus Traps. I actually don't have it here with me. My sister's borrowing it, but that one was my least favorite. It had some really vague puzzles in it, and it was just kind of tricky to figure them out. And my favorite one out of all of them by far was Nautilus Treasures, the last one we played. This one had the best ending out of all of them, the best challenges out of all of them. I loved this one, and it made me want some more. We're excited to try out Exit or Time Stories, but definitely my game for this month is the Unlock series.
For me, Best of the Month was a game that I've already played before, but replaying it and expansions brought it up, and that's Raiders of the North Sea. Now, this game, which was nominated for the Kennerspiel last year, I was like, really? And I played it and I enjoyed it, and the idea of putting workers down and pulling them off and pulling another one off and taking the actions was an interesting one. But it has held up really well, and both expansions, both of which I'll play together, both of which I'll play if I teach someone new the game, just adds so much variety and so much going on that I really like this game a lot. Easily into my collection, easily something I'm going to want to play very often, easily one of my favorite Vikings games. So just a lot of fun. My game of the month is Raiders of the North Sea, plus both of its expansions.
Hello, and my game for the month of March is Missile Command, published by IDW Games. Although this game did not take me back to my old arcade days where I'd spent hours and hours and probably about 1 million quarters on this video game, it is a quite amusing game. You're going to build your nukes and your missiles, and behind a screen, plot to destroy your opponent's cities while you're trying to protect your own. Well, my game for the month of March is Missile Command. Check it out.
Howdy folks, I'm Hunter.
I'm Rebecca.
From the Family Showdown, and our game of the month this month is a unanimous decision. It is Charterstone from Stonemaier Games, a legacy worker placement game.
This is my favorite new legacy game. I love it. I love the way that the game evolves between plays. I love the mechanisms in the game, love the art, and so many good secrets.
So if you like worker placement games and you want to take a chance on the legacy game, this is the one for you, Charterstone, our game of the month.
It's Ray Candy from Epic Gaming Night, and my best of the month is Stuffed Fables. It's awesome how Jerry Hawthorne and Plaid Hat Games is great at making games that are for adults to play with their kids. And me and my kids have had a blast playing Stuffed Fables this month. It's a cool little game with this giant book that's kind of like an adventure where you're playing on the book itself, but then there's like different outcomes, so it makes it choose your own adventure-ish as you're going around. But it's got these cute little stuffed animals, and you're all trying to like figure out how to protect your little girl, and it has lots of like moral lessons for kids of very young ages. So it was really awesome to play this with my children, and I've really enjoyed Stuffed Fables with them, and so that's why Stuffed Fables is my best of the month.
G'day, I'm Jason Peacock, and my game of the month is Lords of Hellas, which is an easy choice. This game is brilliant cool, dunked in a pool of liquid awesome. This is the area control game to end area control games. If you love Risk, this game fires it. This game melts Risk in lava from Mount Olympus. There's 4 different ways to win, and my brain is in overdrive trying to keep track of the other players' nefarious intentions, still trying to fulfill my own domination. Ancient Greek mythology gets a cybernetic enhancement in this area control game turned up to 11. Presentation is as immersive as a board game gets. The decisions are on constant loop in your brain, ever evolving. The combat between the players and the roaming monsters that you hunt is original, strategic, and really fun. Your hero levels up over the game, giving him command of more and more troops, better at fighting monsters, and faster moving around the map. You can acquire artifacts that give you awesome powers. If you like area control games, then this is one of the very best in the genre. It's a must-buy. I would even recommend this game for people that don't really like these type of combat-y games because the diceless combat is more strategic than luck. I'm Jason Peacock, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.
Hi guys, so my best of the month for a game that's new to me has to be Queen Domino. I love the original King Domino, and I still would play it, even though Queen Domino is now in my collection. But for those that have played the original a lot, getting this one to the table isn't that much more difficult, but you do have to try new strategies because of the new building tiles that become available and the money currency that changes hands. So I really enjoyed this one. But I'll just squeeze in another one because this was really surprising to me. This is Tumbled by Blue Orange. I just did not expect this one to be fun. It came and I was like, oh, it's a kid's game. You're throwing cards, trying to balance them on top. But if you're in the right mood, it was absolutely great fun. So there's 2 games, Queen Domino and Tumbled that have really just been fun to play this month. Anyway, I'm Oliver East, signing out.
And that's going to do it for us on this installment of Best of the Month. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you found at least one new game that you hadn't heard about and is now firmly on your radar. So we'll see you again in another month for some awesome games we are discovering as of right now. We'll see you then.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool Stuff. Cool Stuff. I'm Eric Summerlin, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.